All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. These immortal words were penned by none other than William Shakespeare, the Bard of Avon. Our story begins in a humble town, Stratford-upon-Avon, nestled in the heart of England. Here, in 1564, a son was born to John and Mary Shakespeare. They called him William. From an early age, young William was introduced to the world of theater. His father, a prominent alderman, would often organize local plays, unwittingly sowing the seeds of genius in his son. These early encounters with the stage, the play of emotions, the power of words, all left a profound impact on William, shaping his future works. His formative years, rife with the rich tapestry of Elizabethan life, lent a unique perspective to his writing, allowing him to craft stories that transcend time and culture. And so, a boy born in a small English town would go on to become the world's greatest playwright. From the tranquil banks of the Avon, we move to the bustling streets of London, where our young bard began to make his mark. As we delve into the life of William Shakespeare in London, we see a young man, eager to make his name in the world, navigating the vibrant and often tumultuous Elizabethan theater scene. Shakespeare arrived in London around the mid-1580s, a time when the city was a melting pot of ideas, cultures, and most importantly for our story, theater. The city was alive with the sound of stage performances, and it was here that Shakespeare found his calling. As an actor, Shakespeare was part of a theater company known as the Lord Chamberlain's Men, which would later become the King's Men. It was one of the most popular companies of the time, often performing in front of Queen Elizabeth herself. But Shakespeare was not content to merely act. He yearned to tell his own stories, to craft his own worlds. And so he began to write. His early works were primarily comedies and histories, inspired by the world around him. He had a keen eye for human nature, and his plays reflected that, filled with characters that were as flawed and human as the people who watched them. His words resonated with the audience, who saw themselves in his stories, and his popularity began to grow. By the late 1590s, Shakespeare had established himself as a significant playwright. His plays were performed regularly, and he was earning a steady income from his writing. But it wasn't just his financial situation that was improving. His reputation was growing too. People began to recognize his name, his work. He was becoming a celebrity. But even as his fame grew, Shakespeare remained dedicated to his craft. He continued to write, to explore the human condition in his plays. He pushed the boundaries of what was possible in theater, experimenting with new forms and themes, and his audience loved him for it. Thus, Shakespeare the actor became Shakespeare the playwright, and his journey towards immortality had truly begun. All's well that ends well, and for Shakespeare, it was his plays that truly made his name immortal. Imagine the world of drama before William Shakespeare, stale, predictable, lacking depth. Then enter a man from Stratford-upon-Avon armed with a quill and an unmatched understanding of the human condition. His plays would forever reshape the landscape of drama and literature, and it's these masterpieces we turn to now. First, let's delve into the heart-wrenching saga of Romeo and Juliet. A tale of young love thwarted by ancient hatred, this play has become synonymous with tragic romance. Its themes of love, fate, and conflict continue to resonate with audiences, reminding us of the destructive power of stubborn animosity and the redemptive nature of love. Then we have Macbeth, a chilling exploration of ambition's dark side. In the Scottish general Macbeth, Shakespeare gives us a character consumed by his desire for power, leading to his eventual downfall. This play serves as a cautionary tale about unchecked ambition, deceit, and moral corruption. Another masterpiece, Hamlet, delves into the complex world of the human mind. The story of a prince avenging his father's murder is a labyrinth of indecision, revenge, and madness. Through Hamlet's soliloquies, Shakespeare explores existential questions that still puzzle us today, making Hamlet's struggle timeless and universally relatable. And let's not forget Othello, a riveting tale of love, jealousy, and betrayal. Shakespeare takes us on a journey into the heart of a valiant Moorish general undone by his trusted ensign's manipulation. It's a powerful examination of how suspicion can destroy even the strongest of bonds and the most noble of hearts. These plays, and many others, are the cornerstones of Shakespeare's legacy. But what makes them so enduring? Perhaps it's the timeless themes they explore: love, power, revenge, jealousy, or maybe it's the complex characters, so human in their flaws and virtues. Or possibly it's Shakespeare's language, so rich and evocative, turning every line into a work of art. Each play is a window into the human soul, reflecting our joys, our fears, our triumphs, and our failings. They show us what it means to be human, in all its messy, beautiful complexity, and that's why, hundreds of years later, we are still drawn to them, still moved by them, and still finding new meanings in their words. But perhaps most importantly, these plays are a testament to Shakespeare's genius. His ability to delve into the human psyche, to create characters so real they leap off the page, to weave stories that captivate and move us. This is what sets him apart. This is what makes him not just a playwright, but a master of the human condition. Through the power of his pen, Shakespeare gave us stories that would stand the test of time. Every tale has its end, and so too did the life of our illustrious bard. After decades of weaving stories that captivated the minds of many, William Shakespeare found his way back home to Stratford in the twilight of his life. Here, he spent his final years far from the bustling streets of London and the vibrant life of the theatre that had once been his world. As the year 1616 dawned, the world said its final farewell to the Bard of Avon. Shakespeare's passing was a loss deeply felt, not just in his homeland but across the globe. His death marked the end of an era, but it was just the beginning of his enduring legacy. His stories, his words, his characters, they all transcended his mortal existence, living on in the hearts and minds of generations to come. Yet even in his passing, Shakespeare left behind a mystery that continues to pique our curiosity. His last will and testament, a document of intrigue and speculation. It was a detailed account, bequeathing his property and possessions to his family and loved ones, but curiously, his wife Anne received only his second-best bed. A gesture many scholars believe that was either an intimate token of their marital bed or a slight suggesting a less than harmonious union. The truth remains shrouded in the folds of history, adding another layer to the enigma that is William Shakespeare. But the enigma, the mystery, the man himself, all pale in comparison to the impact he has had on our world. Shakespeare's contribution to literature, language, and the arts is unparalleled. His plays, his sonnets, his words continue to inspire, to provoke thought, and to reflect the human condition in all its complexity. And so, the curtain fell on the life of William Shakespeare, but his legacy lives on, etched forever in the annals of literary history. As we draw the curtains on this tale, let us revisit the remarkable journey of William Shakespeare. From his humble beginnings in Stratford-upon-Avon, this son of a glovemaker would rise to become the most celebrated playwright in the history of English literature. His stint in London transformed him, leading to the creation of timeless plays that have resonated with audiences for over 4 centuries. Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, Hamlet. These are but a few gems in a treasure trove of 39 plays, each a testament to his genius. Even his final act, A Quiet Retirement, was a poignant reminder of the man behind the quill, a man of deep introspection and relentless creativity. In the words of Shakespeare himself, we are such stuff as dreams are made on. His life was a dream that continues to inspire and enchant us even 4 centuries later. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Do subscribe for more such fascinating tales. Until next time, farewell.